Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. Been a bit slack on intros lately, just been throwing videos up, but here's an intro. Just knocked off work, it's Thursday Arvo, I'm going to head to Mondi just for the night, so I'll get up there, camp in the boat, bit of a solo overnight boat camp session. I'll fish tonight, fish through the day tomorrow, probably right up until dark, and then I'll get out of there. Just cracked a kamikaze to get me going for the drive. It's probably way too late in the day to have one of them, and I won't actually sleep tonight, but we'll see how we go. The dam's been fishing pretty good. Been up here a couple of times in the last month or so. I've been getting a few really nice fish, so hopefully we can replicate that with some cameras on. I'll give you a run through of the lures and tackle and that sort of stuff that I'm using when I'm there, and hopefully show you a few fish, but we'll get up there, get through this drive, and I'll show you camp when it's all set up. Righto, see you in the water. Alright, well we are in the water. You can't see because my headlamp's on. A little jimmied up spotlight seems to work alright. Boat is loaded. It actually looks more organised than it looks on camera, but it's going to have a place. See if we can't find somewhere to camp and then find some fish. Alright, hopefully see where the fish on the deck. Alright, my setup. All that in there. Top over the boat. Your bed set up in there. Just a couple of rods out on the deck so I don't have to make any noise in the morning. I'll fish here first up. But yeah, have to get a couple of hours sleep, and then got a moon rise at about 4:30 I think, so I'll go up just before that and sing a couple of blackies around and see what we can do. But yeah, not a bad little setup. Just tarp rope running from back to front. How good? Oh, pretty impressive for a little setup. Comfy stretcher. Have the front uncovered so I can get up in the morning and have a cast. Not making too much noise. Yeah, happy days. Well, hopefully crack some fish in the morning. Cheers. Alright, so I've been out on the water I've been on the water since last night, but been up for maybe an hour and a half, seeing lots of fish. I haven't found anything that's interested yet. I didn't really see the point of filming in the dark, because all I'd do is show you a fish. There'd be no fight, nothing like that. I might as well show you a photo from do that. So I'm just going to poke into the back of this little bay. There's a little bit of wind at the moment, but it's a bit funny. It's sort of blowing a bit of a nor'wester, which it hasn't been doing, so that's not really going to drive fish into any areas yet. So just sort of checking out a couple of bays where we found a few last time we were up here, and where the wind has been blowing the last couple of afternoons. The water's still pretty warm. Just going to sort of have a bit of a bash, do some spindly stuff for a little bit, and then I'll move up the dam. I hadn't intended on staying here last night. I was going to shoot further up the dam, but I borrowed a mate's new Coastmaster card, thinking that it'd be sweet in my sounder, but I haven't done the latest update, so it no work. But that's alright. Alright, let's go find some proper points and have a play. So I didn't get far, probably 500 meters from when I said, oh, I'm going to move, and this point is loaded with fish. So I might just have a pepper on it for 15 minutes or so. What's the time? 6:30. Sorry, 6 o'clock. I would be surprised if there's not a tide bite coming up very shortly. So for those that don't know, for some reason, it must be moon related or whatever, tide still affects the fish in the dam, so you still get a bite window on the tide. So I'll put a screenshot into this. But if I go to Saturday and then go back to Friday, oh, it's like a 7:30 tide. I'll still have a plug away here for half an hour or so. But yeah, so you get tide bites as well. So the tide for, like obviously Mondi's the Kalan, but you get a tide bite for that system too. So it's generally shorter than your moon bites, so your moon above, moon below, that sort of stuff, but still definitely worth fishing. So I was trying to be a little bit quiet down the back there. Those fish are pretty spooky and in very shallow water. Get out of there. But jerkbait combo for the day. 78 XD pointer. Might chop and change that throughout the day. We'll see how we go. Daiwa Zillion. That's an old Type R. NS Tarantula Edge. 610 medium heavy. So 10 to 20 pound rod. 6'10" long. And then I'll run through the plastic setups and stuff when I pick them up. So I had a couple of swim bait rods with me. I'll throw the plastic around on the 765 a fair bit too. So we'll have a plug away and see what we can find. I've turned the sounder off. I'm not going to drop the scope in. There was a lot of fish here. I'll sort of turn that on and off just to check that they're still here. But I try and make as little noise in the water as possible. So for the amount of fish that were on that point, it's highly likely they're on this too. So sort of put a couple of casts in as we lead up to it. That way you're not sort of driving past the fish and spooking them or whatever. Not even spooking them, but shutting them down, like them knowing that you're there. Alright, I'm going. I'll mount the kayak, give me the shits. I started heading to that point and so did he, so I bailed, turned around, came back to this one, he fished 2 casts on that, now he's fucking heading to one and I'm heading to, so I'm going to go. typical. Camera went flat. Shit show. Oi! That's a good one. There we go. It's very poor YouTubing on my behalf. My chest cam just went flat like 2 casts before that, and I went, ah, no, that's right, I'll deal with that. I'll put 1 cast in on this snag because I saw fish and doink, so. All right, that's good fish. So I would guess low meter class on the 120 Molix. Sweet. All right, I'll get her unhooked and get a brag in and have a look. Well, there you go. Forgive the upside down brag mat, but I'm not really that phased. It's more just to show everybody here. But meter 5. Mondi's finest. Sick. There we go. Meter 5. Lake Monduran Barra on the 120 Molix shad. Oh, put it back. How good. Oh, that thing's just folded my finger. Ow. That's the second time in 2 trips I've jammed an anal spine in my thumb. But oh well, you get on the big jobs, that was cool. Alright, there's heaps of fish on scope now, so we've found a decent little ledge. Go and play. They copped a bit of a tear up there, the poor bugger. Oh, that's hanging out the side. That's right. She's fixable. That's probably caught 10 fish now, that Molix though, so. Alright, so those of you that are playing along at home, been watching for a little while, will notice we are now a 2 GoPro channel. That's right. So, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because they ain't cheap, and currently YouTube pays nothing. So, the sooner we can get to 1,000 subs and start to make a little bit more money out of it, or a little bit of money out of it, yeah, that'd be nice. Sort of pay for a couple of bits you put into it, pay for a bit of fuel, and yeah, please hit subscribe. That fish just touched up this little 120, so tore his chin out, tore that out. That was an angry fish, like he was proper carrying on, so that's all right. Nothing that a little bit of hot knife work won't fix, so I'll get into that and cast him around again. So all we're going to do to fix him up is I've just got a little black battery soldering iron. Get it hot. All you're just going to do is just touch on the plastic and melt him back together. So this could work out, like this works for any plastics, anything you tear, like tear. Barra can be a bit rough on gear, so a lot of people do this with like a bread knife and a little blowtorch, or even a razor blade and a little blowtorch, or a lighter, but it seems to do the trick for me most of the time. Hopefully you can see this. I'm trying to burn myself on my phone. So you're just melting the plastic and then sort of holding it together where you want it to stick back down. With this, so this one's pretty handy because you can just sort of rub over an area and sort of mould the plastic back over it. It is a little bit of a band-aid fix, like it's obviously never going to be as good as it was out of the packet, but if you get another couple of fish out of it, like I say, this thing's caught probably 10 fish now, this Molix. So you break that down to what, I think they're 15 bucks or something like that. Break that down to $1.50 a fish, and most of the fish have been like in that metre class. You can't really complain. Alright. There we go, good as new. Ready to doink another one. Oh no. No. You know. Alright, he's all back together now. So what we're throwing is 120 Molix in Ghost Bass. I've put 2 size, I want to say 4 YS81s on that. Maybe size 6s. Something like that. Dobyns 765 Fury in the spin, 5000 Stella, got 50-pound castaway on that, and 55-pound Schneider, like mono leader. But that's a cracking combo for chucking these Molixes. A lot of people do it on Baitcast, but I much prefer it on spin. I just find that I can sort of get my speeds right, and it seems to work. Jam that fish, so. Oh, there's a big blimpy boy in there. Holy dolly. Geez, he was up real high too. Yep. Oh, Jesus, that's a good fish. He might not be that big, but he looked pretty large when he just jumped then. Oh yeah, he's a good one. Oh, get out of the stick. Come on. How'd you come? Oi! Oh, not impressed. Oh, he's really not impressed. Oi! Don't do that. You're carrying on like a fool. Man, they got some go. Oh, come this way. He's not that big, but geez, he's angry. First jump was just like full porpoise. No, we're going to steer you away from that. No, 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 no. In the net. Oh. Yep. Thanks for that, mate. Wowzers. You dickhead. Well, I'm sure that's all wet. Yep. That fixed right. Looks alright. Hello, fella. You was angry too. Well, that's a square one. Oh, that is thick. He's a pretty good fish. Alright. Oh, the head on that thing, that's, yeah. He's angry. I'm not even going near you without pliers. There we go. He's just a smidge under 108. 107 and a bit. He's a bit of a tank, but so tall. They're epic. Everything's going to get a wash when I get home. Oh. Oh. Hopefully we can see that. Alright, chuck it back. They're rough. They're hectic. Yuck. They are absolute weapons, those fish. Stay this poor thing now. Holy dooly, there's a bent YS81 in there, so that tells you how hard they go. How good. Love them. I'm thinking I might just rig up another one. That's like, he's actually like bent the weight and savage. Oh well. That one can go on the wall at home as a good little trophy. Righto, I'm sure if you're going to the trouble of going to the dam, you've watched a million videos on how to rig a Molix, but I'll show you again anyway, just in case. So that's the fully destroyed one. Caught multiple fish now, but that last one gave it a proper toweling. So you got stock as a rock, Molix 120, 140 is the same, just maybe slightly bigger hooks when you do a 140. All I'm doing is the bottom fins, these fellas, snip them off. Goodbye. Goodbye. Finless. Pair of splitty pliers. And we're going to take off the little blade. Ow. Ow. Oh my god. This might be a fast forward bit in the video. Thank you, GoPro. Cue SpongeBob one eternity later. That took forever. I'm going to take that front treble off too. So treble and ring off. Like so. Put them somewhere so that you don't step on them later on. And then if you're doing this barrier dam stuff, like it's handy to have a box of trebles, a heap of different sizes, and then one of these little Versus kits. So I've just got splitties, chin weights, a couple of ball sinkers if you're doing like rigging prawns, whatever, some nail weights, all kinds of stuff like that. It's ready. Couple of 80-pound Van Fook rings. And two, what size are those on there? Them? No, they're smaller. I must have put size 2 YS81s on that, which I am out of by the looks of it, so I'm going to pilfer it off this one. I might even just take the rings off that too. Even easier. Whoops, tree. I didn't want to do that. I want to take the whole thing off. Cool. And then you just want to put them on so that that middle hook point sits down on the belly, so you don't want it jam in there and swinging to side, just like swinging to the side. You want it sitting flush like that. Hopefully you see that. Holy, it's hot out here. There we go. Ends up looking at something like that. I'm going to straighten up that one from that fish that just bent it, but yeah, I don't know. If you see as many fish as the other one, you'll be a very unhappy little Molix, but I will be very happy, so. Alright, I think I've earned that. Jeez. See how she swims. Like a champ. Straighten that camera up just a touch. It's highly likely that this video is going to be full of just like disorganised random bits of information, but I've found lately that like tying up to trees, I'm just, obviously you still catch fish, but I find it's a long time between bites. So drifting's been sort of working for me lately, just sort of get a drift with the wind. Obviously the wind's pushing into the bays, it's helping you get through there. And just minor adjustments on the electric, so use as little electric as possible, trying to stay as quiet as possible. I've got the main sounder off to stop any pinging. I don't actually know if the scope makes any noise or not. I'm not really trying to target individual fish, it's more just to see that they're there. If someone knows whether it makes a noise or not, let me know, because if it does, I'll turn it off. But it doesn't seem to be deterring them at the moment, so. And I find that you're moving over like fresh fish. So if you're sitting in one spot constantly casting, yeah, they'll sort of move around a little bit, but everyone always used to tell us that like it was fish, when you'd see fish on side scan, it was fish streaming through a bay, but when you watch them on the scope, it's definitely not. Like it's the same fish and they're sort of cutting laps of an area. So if you're moving like this, like just really slow, sort of drifting through bays and whatever, then your chance at finding a fish that's going to actually feed potentially faster. There's a fish on a laydown right there. Like laydown fish, they often eat. This one probably won't, but imagine if he just went doink. Zero interest. Yeah, what was I saying? Chance of finding like fish that are like active and going to eat. So you're sitting in one spot constantly casting around, you get one that eventually gets fired up and it has a chew. But if you're sort of moving around like this, then you're constantly going over new fish. I say that as I'm sitting here about to pepper this fish, but it looks big, so it's worth a couple of casts. Man, he's not interested. And about to hit a tree. Oh, yeah. That was cool. Boy, that's a pretty good fish. I just saw him. Oh, I just saw him cruising down that weed edge on the scope. Pitched a cast at him. I think he's proper hoovered it too. He's coming up. Yeah. Stay out of the weed. Whoa! No easy, big fella. Yeah, he sucked this thing down. Whoa! Playing up. Oh, big boy. Got the head on this thing. Nope. Come on, this is actually difficult solo, eh? Oh, come on. Help me, help you. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go in the net. There you go. Sick. Must be getting old because my forearm just like my elbow just cramped fighting that fish. That's actually pathetic on my behalf. Oh, it's so sore. I'm gonna wet this floor down a bit so we don't cook him on the deck. Another big boy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, buddy. Cool. Another like low meter fish. He probably like 102 maybe. But how's that? I saw him on the scope just cruising down that weed edge. I just pitched the plastic at him. Sorry, pitched the pointer at him and he scoffed it. Those hooks have held up really good. Beautiful fish. Look at that. Woof. Right, I'll get that lure out and get him back. There you go, big girl. I said a metre to like 102, but you might actually be bigger than that. There we go. How good are they? Oh, not when they do that. Oh, they shred your hands. Lucky you fell on the mattress. Right, a big girl. Let's get you back in. There you go. Oh, off she goes. Yeehaw. Oh, they're so rough on your hands. That was on Oh, my hands. Oh, it's shit everywhere too. There we go. On the pointer. Hooks are still sweet as. Oh, a tiny bit of bend in the back one, but that's a pretty good fish. Epic. Proper chafage too, like he scoffed it. That was really cool. Just trying to find the box for that pointer to show the colour. No. Promise I'm normally more organised than this. It's just I didn't really know how it was all going to go camping in the boat. It's the first time I've done it in my boat. Had it for that long and first time I've done it, but I left the bed set up and stuff because it's actually decent to put stuff on. Yeah, so striped shad. Lucky Craft pointer, striped shad. That's so good that out of the box, like if you put too much pressure on those hooks, I reckon you would potentially bend them out if they were like pinned through the nose or something. You just had him on the back one, but that's going to happen with pretty much anything really. But to be able to get a lure that's out of the box, suspends with decent hooks on it, is awesome. Because otherwise you're buying stuff and you're having to put like upgrading hooks, upgrading trebles, and you go from $30 lure to a $40 lure by the time you've rigged it all out. But that thing's sick, swims good, twitches good, and they cast well too. And it gets eaten. Let's see if we can get it eaten again. I don't know how many times I'm going to jam myself in that pointer treble. Oh, yep. It's a little one. What are you doing? You dog. There had to be a bite coming from that. There was about 15 barra on the screen. And he just really small twice far. Come here. Yeah, I'm not even going to bring him in, but another one on the pointer. Yeah, good. Alright, that is a wrap on Lake Monduran. Boat's all wrapped up. Dam was good to us. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed that. Smash that subscribe button, it's free, doesn't cost you anything, goes a long way. We're almost at 1,000 subs. Alright, see you next one, cheers.